Welcome to the Yellow Brick Road, take two. And today, or wait, I forgot it. I'm Jordan, and today we're going to talk about or react to Candace and Alex Jones sitting down for an interview. Now, we know Candace has jumped off the Trump train, right? Well, for the most part. And Alex has been the most slobbery, dick riding fuckface, I think, in internet history. Like, with all the shit that he claimed to care about before, and then all the things that are happening now, and him still riding Trump's cock as hard as he can, it's kind of crazy. So there should be an interesting clash of ideas, I guess. But before I get started, do not forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. All of it is very much appreciated. Also, check out the Discord link if you want to join the Discord and talk with other people, yada, yada, yada. You know the deal. All right. Candace, Alex. This should be very interesting, but I just want to give a kind of a warning that I'm using clips here instead of just the straight up feed. So it might jump around topics. It might be out of order. You might hear something twice. If I hear something twice, I'm probably gonna adjust on the fly. I have not watched any of this, not even a second of it. So hopefully I just read the captions, and hopefully they're in some sense of an order or topic based. That's all I got. That's my only warning here. So without further ado, let's get into this. Alex Jones and Candace. Yes.
It saddens me to say this, truly, someone that was really invested in him. I'm wondering whether or why he betrayed us, what they have on him. We know that Israel has been running the most effective worldwide blackmail ring. Every story that I researched, even stories that have nothing to do with America, somehow what turns up in these stories is Israel and their involvement blackmailing a politician. So it could have something to do with that. My also personal belief is that Trump is surrounded by people who hate him. Right, the never Trumpers are, and the Zionists that are in there, they quite literally did not want Trump to win, right? The people that are running his campaign are the people that wanted Ron DeSantis to win and the people that wanted Hillary Clinton to win before. So I'm confused about why he thinks people that are giving him advice want to see him do well. They're almost having fun. It's like they're laughing, telling him, yeah, you should definitely tweet. You don't want these supporters anymore. And maybe laughing behind his back, but he's actually doing this and tarring his own legacy.
I agree.
What? So once again, another escape route for this orange penguin, even by someone who's claiming to be like a truth teller, a detractor of, the Israel-owned Trump administration, right? That excuse they gave for his first term, she's using it right now. He's being tricked by his fucking cabinet or whatever, his advisors, again. It's like, oh. What she's saying? What, they're laughing behind his back or something? Okay, well then that guy's so stupid. He shouldn't be anywhere near policy for the United States government. He should be nowhere near it. If he's that stupid to be tricked 2 consecutive terms after all the warnings and shit, nah, I don't buy it. He's a part of the bullshit, Candace. Just passing the blame again. Oh, he's another passing the blame. Oh, he's blackmailed. He's owned by, someone owns him. Fuck. I need excuses like this in my life. Right up. We all deserve that. It's kind of unreal. It actually is unreal. Like it's some sort of magical phenomenon why Trump has dog shit, bad policy that harms people. Like that's a fucking mystery or something. Like what? They're just taking his rhetoric, essentially, and just assuming that, oh, he's such a good guy. He has great instincts. Look what he said on the campaign trail. And then he gets into office, fucks it up. Not just fucks it up, but as far as I see, fucks it up on purpose. Meaning he had no real intention to actually maintain the policies and the rhetoric that he was using during the campaign trail. There was no real actual, care to actually do that. This is business. Don't you get it? It's fucking business, you dummies. It's not some sort of deep state trick. This guy was just full of shit off rip. But let's continue. Yeah, more excuses. Here we go. Unreal. Maybe, well, let me throw this out there real fast before I play. What if she's making an excuse for herself? Like some of these other motherfuckers are doing. Where it's like, no, Trump was legit. But, you know, something happened, so now he's not doing what he was actually going to do the whole time. Thus, I don't look bad because I not just voted for the guy, I campaigned for the guy, essentially. On your little internet platforms, you campaign for that guy. So maybe this is their escape route for themselves. He was legit, but he got blackmailed. He was legit, but, he listened to bad advisors who hate him. Who knows? Hey, forgive me, but it's like I'm leaving room for that possibility. Either way, let's continue with more Candace and Alex Jones. This might be a very long video. I warn you now. Here we go.
Behind his back, but he's actually doing this and tarring his own legacy.
I agree. If I was Trump and I wanted to self-inflict a wound on myself, I would be doing exactly what he's doing. And I was in total horror a month ago and just totally, so this is horrible. And then I got attacked by all the neocons, people, oh, you've turned on Trump. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? We need Trump to succeed. I've been persecuted. So have you for your past support. And now to see this, it's just horrifying. Do you think Trump will wake up and somehow salvage this? Or will he just keep saying, like, naked gun, nothing to see here?
We need Trump. Like, every topic, Trump has fucked up on. Every single one of them. He has fucked up on all of them. And some things are things you can't look away from, like what's happening in Gaza or what's happening in the Middle East, shaking hands with Al-Qaeda, on and so forth. The attacks on free speech if you question Israel, on and so forth. So there is no room for this guy, but yet, we need him. We need him. That's what these people tell us. It's unreal. Like, Alex Jones is on another fucking planet when it comes to dick riding, bro. He is one of one. He is absolutely singular. There is no one like him. It's absolutely incredible. And I just want to add another thing with Candace. Maybe she's doing the Nick Fuentes thing, where you're on InfoWars, and Alex Jones praises Trump all day and night and makes excuses for him. So maybe she's like trying to fit in on the platform and not get, siphon some fans from Alex Jones. It's a little business deal, a little business arrangement. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. But all right, here we go.
Look, when he went into office in 2016, he was retweeting the Alex Jones show and telling people that he should be watching you. In this current moment, he's telling people that they should be watching Mark Levin, right?
So fuckface here thinks that Trump was good during his first term? Is that what she's saying? There's no way she's saying that, because this, basically the same policies are pumping out now that they were back then. Same policies. I kid you not, the actual same policies. Maybe he's getting to more things now, but these were his policies in his first term. And once again, if we say he got tricked by the deep state, his policies were still dog shit anyways. So what was the excuse for you guys voting for him and supporting him? Other than Alex Jones screaming at the moon, we need him. Fuck, the levels of stupid. If you fall for this shit, bro, I'm going to call you dumbass. I'm sorry. You're going to get called stupid for this. If you fall for this shit, you're a dummy. Sorry. Anyways, here we go.
Don't know we've got Meghan McCain cheering Trump on and saying that whatever she went through was worth it because this is the right Trump.
It's not good enough, Candace.
Trump, I don't think your supporters have left you. I think you've abandoned your supporters. And if you can't see that something's really wrong when the McCain family is cheering you on, I don't know that nothing. We can help.
Appeal to authority. Or appealing to authority, that means nothing. Oh, wait, I thought that was like a commercial break.
Candace, great to have you on with us. Let's start with Trump in the time we have in this short segment. What is your overall report card 196 days into the Trump administration on Trump, free speech, and where it's going? Do you share MTG's view and Ron Paul's view that he's starting to betray America first and is basically...
Starting? Well, like, once again, there's being late, right? Like the Dave Smiths of the world, like pretty late, right? Joe Rogan's pretty late. But if you're still here now, you are, God damn it, you are fucking, I don't know. You are living a past life, essentially. Fuck. He's just starting to fuck you over now, isn't he? Just now, he's just starting. Or it was last month, right? Last month he started fucking you over, right? Or whenever, what was it, in June? Where they bombed Iran? Now Dave realizes, oh, fuck. I'm sorry, guys, for supporting this guy. I'm like, wasn't there shit happening before all this? Didn't he have one full term before all this? Also? Fuck. Here we go.
And Ron Paul's view that he's starting to betray America first and is basically going in the wrong direction?
Yeah, I mean, Bibi Netanyahu is president of the United States, effectively. So we should just pay attention to whatever Bibi Netanyahu's aims are. Bibi Netanyahu was on camera saying that any person that boycotted Israel would themselves endure, some pain in the United States. He was behind passing all of the anti-BDS laws. And look, I think most of us warned.
I need to replay that. I did like a little PC check real fast just to see where my temps were at. Looking good, guys. Looking good. But did she just say that Netanyahu wrote our anti-BDS laws in the United States? Is she trolling? I mean, I already know. Sorry, guys. If you're Candace fans, I apologize. You need to realize she's full of shit. But let me just hear it back one more time, because...
Basically going in the wrong direction?
Yeah, I mean, Bibi Netanyahu is president of the United States, effectively. So we should just pay attention to whatever Bibi Netanyahu's aims are. Bibi Netanyahu was on camera saying that any person that boycotted Israel would themselves endure, some pain in the United States. He was behind passing all of the anti-BDS laws. And look, I think most of us...
Wow. I think she's leaning too hard into it. I know you're trying to siphon from Nick Fuentes fans and all that shit. And I know it's like a kind of a fad thing to say right now, right? I get it, guys, but you're over leaning, Candace. There are bad people from other countries too. Sorry, not my definition of bad people, but what these guys would call bad people. They exist all over the fucking planet. All over the planet, including the United States. There's been crime and corruption done by this government for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. Like, was Waco Netanyahu? Was that him doing that? Was it Israel doing that? Oh, it wasn't? Oh, okay. But that was bad, though, right, Candace? If you've heard of it. It's like, damn, everything's Israel? Every little thing? Fuck my life. And by the way, once again, Trump was doing that policy in his first fucking term, you dummy. In his first term. Apparently you didn't hear about it and you voted for him anyways. Just say, yo guys, I fucked up. My bad. I didn't look into his actual presidency. I was riding coattails. I fucked up. I was wrong. I got duped. Something. But to pretend like it wasn't patently obvious, even to a small YouTuber like me, I don't know I don't know what to say. That people with 10 times the resources are somehow miss out on all these things. Then they go out there and they campaign for the motherfucker. And then say they're sorry later on. Well, I don't think Candace has said she's sorry yet. If she, would she? I don't think that's in a psychopathic narcissist. I don't think that's in their tool shed. Saying, I'm sorry, I fucked up. But who knows? Maybe she did. Not sure I would believe her, though. Because she's leaping on to another fucking narrative thing instead of like, damn, let's actually research, look for the truth of the matter. Instead, she's just jumping on another fucking trending topic. Fuck. And she's going to get away with it. Because fans are like, damn, yo, leave Candace alone. She's talking the truth about Israel, man. And then then she betrays them someday. Like, yo, fuck you, Candace. Fuck you. You betrayed us. And never talk. Like, they won't even, don't worry. They won't come back to me and be like, hey, man, yeah, remember when I was yelling at you? Yeah, I fucked up. Sorry. Got that wrong. There's a whole bunch of Candaces running around here. All right, let's proceed. Well,
warrant paying attention to the relationship with Israel in the first term because there was nothing relevant that was happening. Now, with everything happening in Gaza and Trump turning a blind eye to it and pretending that it's totally fine, it's become very clear that Bibi Netanyahu has power over Trump. And I think the real mask down moment was, of course, him trying to gaslight us about the Epstein files. That's ridiculous. Trump is smarter than that, and I'm telling you that Trump reads the room correctly. So the fact that he intentionally read the room wrong and then said, if you're still interested in the Epstein files, I don't want you as my supporter anymore. He tweeted that effectively.
Oh yeah, I got that. Everyone heard that story, Candace. Not good enough evidence. So when Trump lifts sanctions and shakes the hand of the new leader of Syria, this ex-Al-Qaeda guy named Jolani or al-Shara, whatever the fuck his name is. And then Bibi, not too long after, bombs Syria, bombs their government buildings, where that guy could have been in. He wasn't, apparently, but they could have bombed that. Well, you're going to need another theory to make that make sense, Candace. You're actually going to need another theory. So it's like, but it's like, it's right now it's cool to say this. It's cool to say Israel runs our government. It's cool to say that right now. Fuck. By the way, I remember when Saudi Arabia was massacring Yemen. The poorest country in the world. They were bombing the fuck out of it. From school buses to weddings, bombing it up, left, right, and down. All that shit. Trump gets a bill on his table that says, hey, we're pulling our financial and military support from Saudi Arabia because they're genociding someone. He said, nope, and he vetoed it. It wasn't just, by the way, it wasn't some Democrat doing it. It was both parties agreed. They got all the signatures they needed, all the votes needed. All he had to do was say, yep, okay, let's do it, and sign his fucking name. And they would have ended support for a genocide. What did Trump do? He vetoed it. Genocide continues. By the way, that thing started under Obama, continued on through Trump. So I guess Bibi owns Saudi Arabia, who owns the U.S., who owns Barack Obama and Donald Trump. Fuck, we're getting stupid now. We're getting dumb. Anyways, let's continue. Sorry for being so dumb and not as smart as Candace, who notices everything she notices, man. Let's put it that way. All right, here we go.
In the Epstein files, I don't want you as my supporter anymore. He tweeted that effectively. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. No one should accept that. And it's unfortunate, obviously, because we all got behind him in earnest. We believe that he was going to be a solution to the deep state, but now it seems that he's become it.
What gave you that fucking idea? What gave you that idea? And what the fuck is a deep state? What the fuck does that mean? If you want to actually, if someone actually broke down what the deep state was, you would have known, you would have said oh, Trump was already a part of that. Just based on his business dealings. Oh, he was already a part of that. The connections to Epstein were already there before he flubbed it up. PR flubbed it up. The connections were already there. Duh. The video footage, all that shit was already out there. Fuck, man. These are your fucking leaders, guys? Are you kidding me? Shut up and play Candace and Alex. Play them already. Eating your fucking dog shit Doritos and shit. Spilling crumbs on your fucking belly. Fuck off. Sorry, I'm feeling good today. My computer's working. I'm feeling good. I'm going to shit on someone. All right, here we go. It's just embarrassing now.
Well, I mean, I agree in many respects that he's changed course a lot, and I'm very concerned. But RFK Jr. is doing so much good. Some other things are happening, and I don't throw the baby.
That's not true. It's not true.
Be out with the bathwater here. I'd like to just have Trump's base continue to put pressure on him, because we've seen many cases where he's making the wrong decision, and we put pressure on him. He goes the right direction. I mean, is there anything salvageable, or do you disagree with that view?
I can't even watch the video without pausing it because someone's going to hear this and let it pass by them. This should not be passed by. Me and Sebs were just talking about this yesterday in yesterday's video with the whole FEMA aid. If you protest Israel, you won't get any fucking FEMA aid, right? And we're talking about this like, man, maybe they're using this to be like, see, look, he listens when you make enough noise. What do we have today? Alex Jones repeating that same sentiment. Hey, has there okay, that was one tiny bill that only the political political inside baseball motherfuckers and the viral meme guys heard about. Not the rest of the country, right? But what has hit the ears of the rest of the country? I don't know, that little thing happening in Gaza? That's from mainstream to me, random YouTuber. They're all talking about that shit in a negative light about how bad it is and that we shouldn't be giving our tax dollars for that war, for that genocide. Right? How come we didn't move yet, Alex? What happened? We done. What's up, Alex? What do you think about that, Alex? What? How come that's happening? He listens to the people. What's going on? Listen, Trump listens to people during campaign season in order to repeat their rhetoric, right? Buy it up and sell it back to them so that they essentially sell themselves out. Man, that's the same idea I like. I'm going to go vote for Trump. He gets into office and he does nothing with it. He fucks you over with it, actually. Where are we bombing Yemen for? Gets into office, bombs Yemen. I can't see how it gets more blatant than that. Follows the will of the people. Fucking liar. Liar. Quit your job, Alex. Retire and take Candace with you. Both of you, retire. Alex, go relearn ethics. Candace, go find a soul. Please, quit your jobs. It's fucked up, but whatever. It's all right. And I'm trying not to pause the video either. That's the thing about it. I know I like to ramble and talk a lot, but I'm paying attention, and people don't like when I keep pausing the video over and over again. But guess what? When shit like that flies past your fucking ears, I'm sorry. I have to say something damn near every time, because there's some yokel who's going to hear this and not realize what they're saying. They're not going to pick up on it. And it's this is not the showcase that Alex is wrong and Candace is wrong. This is the showcase these guys are full of shit. Meaning they're liars. That's what I feel, at least. I feel like these two are fucking liars. It's not about them being wrong. It's about them lying. That's a major difference. That's what I asked Dave Smith to do with the people that he debates with. I don't think Dave's full of shit. I don't think he's a professional liar. I think he means well, and he's trying to do the right thing. He will protect his ego here and there, but whatever. The point is, I want Dave to point out to yo, Josh Hammer, you're a fucking liar, aren't you? Why are you lying to these people, huh? And if it's if you showcase that this guy's full of shit, he's a liar, Douglas Murray, whoever the fuck he's debating, right? If you showcase that they're liars and the crowd still cheers for them, then it's damn, we got bigger problems. We're gonna need a bigger boat. All right, I'll try to shut up, but it's just bullshit left and right. Here we go.
I disagree with the view, because it seems like what they're doing is they're offering us stuff when they said, oh, we're going to go talk to Ghislaine Maxwell. We're going to really get to the bottom of this. We're going to be the first people that go to speak to Ghislaine Maxwell. And then we find out that they strike a deal to move her to a prison that's just not even a prison, if we're being clear. It's not even a prison where she's at. Elizabeth Holmes is there smiling, running outside.
Yeah, they say it's the nicest federal prison in the United States. in Texas.
It's nicer than
Goddamn
probably. It's
Democrats did that,
probably
right,
nicer
Alex?
than your house and my house, if we're being honest. Clearly, Elizabeth Holmes.
It's not nicer than both your houses. Let's just stop it.
Looked very happy when she was jogging outside with lipstick on and she got bleached blonde hair. And so I have a lot of questions about that. Again, they seem to be pretending like, oh, we're finally listening, but it feels a bit like a performance to me at this point. And it saddens me to say this, truly, someone that was really invested in him. I'm wondering whether or why he betrayed us, what they have on him. We know that Israel has been running the most effective worldwide blackmail ring.
You already said this in the intro, so I'm just not gonna fully address it. But at the same time, it's like who's controlling him? It's like, excuse me? Like maybe he's a part of the crime. I'm not saying it's him by himself, but maybe he's a part of the crime, Candace. And he's not just being owned; he's working together with other corrupt, devil-worshipping fuckfaces. Candace.
Every story that I research, even stories that have nothing to do with America, somehow what turns up in these stories is Israel and their involvement blackmailing a politician. So it could have something to do with that. And also, I think we should be honest about Jared Kushner and his investments in Israel. Jared and Ivanka, which are his legacy, are invested in Israel. And I would be very interested to whether or not to determine whether or not Jared is invested in the Gaza Strip, because it was not subtle when shortly following October 7th, he got on stage at Harvard and said, well, this is an unfortunate situation, but that beachfront property in Gaza could be worth a lot. There could be a lot of building in the future.
And I know Saudi Arabia wants to move in there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's like basically blatant insider trading, right? First you move the embassy during his first term, and then you start setting up shop and like, okay, here's what's going to happen. These things start playing out. And boom, you have prime real estate, where there's dead bodies buried underneath the fucking real estate, right? Because these guys are devil worshippers. Just being honest, but I think Candace is too. But all right, here we go.
And he's deep with them. I don't think that's even a question.
And Qatar. He did a deal with Qatar and Saudi Arabia.
Stay right there.
Investing in Israel.
Candace Owens, back in 60 seconds. Well, after the DOJ met with her a few weeks ago for 2 days, the Deputy Attorney General, Ghislaine Maxwell, there's headlines out that she never saw Trump do anything bad. She never saw him around any of the underage girls. But we already knew that. I mean, if they had stuff, they would have used it.
We already knew that. Like, we didn't know that, Alex. You're saying that. You're propagating that. But no one was like, yeah. Well, they would have used it if they had it. Like, no. You dummy. What the fuck? Like, this guy just lies. Like, it's like lying at second nature. Like, once again, people that call Alex Jones legit, I mean, there's not, like, don't use the word crazy. Don't say he's just dumb. Like, he is, like, put some real descriptive words behind it of being this dumb and this much of a dick rider and a sycophant. Put some extra words to it. Don't just say he's dumb or crazy. Not good enough. Because this is some epic proportion shit. This is not normal. Sorry. Even in a political landscape, like where people have like kind of extreme ideas about people, this is like next level. And don't forget where he came from. Remember, fucking Bohemian Grove and fucking 9/11 inside job, and both sides are owned by the same people, and the bankers and the Rockefellers and the fucking all these people, right? Don't forget that shit. Oh, I didn't even. I think Alex actually directly interviewed a Rothschild before, which is hilarious. Once again, like, I don't know this person. I don't just associate names with like, oh my God, you're bad. I don't do that. I treat everyone equally. So I leave room for the possibility that he's just some regular rich guy that's ignorant about his own world he lives in. Doesn't realize doesn't realize he's causing harm. Possibly. Either way, it's just like, yo, you're accusing me of shit because of my name. And like Alex had to like, beat his chest and prove to his audience, I'm not a part of conspiracy. Like he had to overly do it. Or like that CNN interview he got years back and he went crazy. And 1776 will commence again. Right? He had to go crazy in order to wink and nod at his audience that he's not He's not bullshitting, which actually made it look like he's bullshitting. And people with minds, people with intelligence. Anyways, all right, let's get back to it. Here we go. There's more bullshit lying from two different people. Here we go.
Ghislaine Maxwell, there's headlines out that she never saw Trump do anything bad. She never saw him around any of the underage girls. But we already knew that. I mean, if they had stuff, they would have used it. He never went to the island. I investigated before I endorsed Trump. So why a month ago would Trump come out and say he committed suicide? It's a hoax. There weren't any.
Like he just.
He already knew that. He just snuck that in. Like,
yeah, he kind of almost danced over that.
We do that.
Like, wait, you investigated?
A fact.
So you know who was there and who wasn't there? Essentially, right? If you eliminate a name, that means you might have an idea of like what names are there. Thus, show everyone, Alex. Show everyone. Show the investigation. Show your documents. Show all of it. Show all of it to a T. BRPI. That solves the case. Trust me, I've seen the evidence. He wasn't there. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Did you comb through the place? Like, what? I don't get it. How did he prove that? Whatever.
Never went to the island. I investigated before I endorsed Trump. So why a month ago would Trump come out and say he committed suicide?
Investigate that.
It's a hoax. There weren't any blackmail going on. He acted alone. Well, how is Ghislaine in prison? Well, now they've moved her from a nice federal prison in Florida to the nicest one, hands down, that's a petting zoo, basically, and dog training and people running around with their lipstick on, and everybody's happy. It all looks very bad. And now we got the Republicans subpoenaing all these big Democrats and DOJ heads and attorney generals, and now they don't want that stuff released, and Democrat judges don't want it released. I mean, this is a quagmire, and it's all over the news. I predicted a month ago, and I've had Rasmussen on. That's the best polling group out there.
Anybody can't see is a straight up liar.
Trump's lost a lot of support with his base over Epstein.
Finish that point, Jesse. If no one can tell that this guy's a liar, what do they do with that? What should they be doing with that?
Well, I mean, all the things he's saying, even on first watching, some of these things are very obvious. When he said it is identical to the structure of when he said that Iran has nuclear weapons. It's a well-known thing. He was saying this as if as if it's a well-known thing.
And Trump knows it. And Trump knows it.
And there was nothing that backed that up, but he just said it. And he makes it sound as if you missed something that you didn't know, and like you shouldn't. You don't want to be stupid and not know about that. Like he's telling you, and so he's doing that again. But he's saying that we all knew that Trump was not there, or like he wasn't involved in Ghislaine. Like he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, based on what? He didn't see anything. He hasn't shown anything.
Yep.
No one else has, but he's establishing that as fact, and he's building the story up on top of that as a fact. So he's starting to make other conclusions on top of that, and so he's just stacking up a pile of crap. Like he puts one lie that's intentional. Like there's no way that you can do that by accident, right? You can't. You're not accidentally tripping on like, well, I thought this happened, so you wouldn't say it that way, right? Like that's it's just a lie, and he's. I mean, we've seen him over the past couple of months. So we've been watching him more. How he sometimes he'll say something he's not happy about, but he'll just always spin it to, well, Trump's a good guy, and he just blames everybody around him or people treating him or anything. But he's got to end up with Trump's a good guy, and so like you can't start with a conclusion like that. And so he's just full of shit.
Well, I want you to imagine something. Because if you think about it, this guy does a lot of like on Twitter at least, right? I think even on his channel, on his website, it's 24-hour streams. Imagine someone wants to find something that Alex said, like, man, where did he prove this at? Where did he prove it at? I gotta go through 24-hour feeds for how many fucking years to find like some portion of him saying, like, yeah, here's the definitive proof that that Trump was never on Epstein's island. Then most people are probably like, I'm not fucking doing that. So you know what? I'll take Alex's word for it. If they're in that mindset of I believe Alex, right? It's it's incredible. Now let me show you what a fucking real site looks like. Let me see. Watch this. Watch this shit. I'm gonna go to this guy's channel, right? He's live now, but I'm not gonna click on it. I'm gonna take a random live stream here, okay? Do this. I don't want to play it. All video source links can be found here. Oh, look, fuck! Let's go look. Let's look it up. What does that look like? It loads. Oh, there's a random video. I don't know. Let's see. There's the videos posted, and wait a minute. Video source links in chronological order. No way. There's no way you can pull that off, right? That's too much shit. That's way too much shit to fucking be actively linking as you're going over it. Yeah, you could everything he talks about. You can find it. If it's a stupid tweet from Blakely, you could find it. It's all here. It's all here. You could probably keyword search it. Control F, guys, and you can find some fucking words. Where's that at, Alex? It better be there. It better fucking be there. It better fucking be there. It better fucking be there.
I mean, half of the stuff he's riffing off of, like, just straight off the dome.
Okay, featured stories.
You just say whatever.
There's the interview. There's a tweet. Highlights, and that's the page. Where's it? Oh, you can get ultra methylene blue if you want to. You can get that. Alex, where's your sources for what you were saying? Where are they at? Yo, some tweets? You're sourcing your own tweet? The fuck? You're just hitting clips and highlights from your own fucking video? Where's your fucking sources at, bud? Where are they? Yeah. Yeah. No more, like, nothing needed after that. Let's go back to dumb fuck Alex Jones. Liar, dumb fuck Alex Jones. Here we go.
And now he says release it. And we're seeing some stuff come out that, like, Epstein was an FBI informant. Candace Owens, where do you see this going?
We're not going to get anything. And I've been saying this from the very beginning. It was such a sophisticated blackmail ring. All of the elites are implicated one way or the other. You know, I'm guessing here because I agree with you. Like, Trump was not on the island, and I've been around a lot of people in my life.
Based on what? Based on what? I mean, I don't know. You could say, I guess, but Alex said he has proof. He investigated it. And you're just saying you're agreeing with the guy who has the evidence. You didn't ask him for any evidence. You're just saying, well, yeah, I don't think he was on the island. I'm wrecked that people allow this level of just lack of intellectual rigor, just upright, all over the place, just laziness, all up and down this. And then now, but at the same time, these guys are considered credible. I mean, a lot of people think Alex is crazy, but Candace is considered legit, right? Is Candace considered legit? I think she is, right? Fuck. It's just the new version of content creation. Just say what you think the audience wants to hear, and they'll just accept it without even looking through it. Yo, Israel's fuck Israel, bro. They're fuck Israel, free Palestine. They're controlling our government. You know, AIPAC. Say all that shit without explaining it, and just say it. Don't worry about it. Fuck. Journalists, huh? Anyways, here we go.
Here, because I agree with you. Like, Trump was not on the island, and I've been around a lot of people in my life. He does not strike me as a person that's interested in young children.
It's intuitive.
But I am curious as I've
young children. Like, how? What do you mean by that? Because it could be 16, 17-year-old models that look like grown women. We know that from life, right? You guys have been in high school before. I'm pretty sure. There are girls that were our age that look older. Duh.
Tucker said that when she was on his show.
What'd you say?
She's repeating it.
Oh, what Tucker was saying? Like, oh, he's not into little kids.
Yeah. He said, I know him, and he doesn't look like the guy who's into little kids.
Like, bro.
As if you could just like look at him and know.
Exactly. Which is bullshit. But also, you can have 15-year-olds that look like they're fucking 18 or 19. You can have 16-year-olds, same thing, and 17-year-olds, same thing. In fact, do we even have, like, for Epstein, as far as the idea of girls we saw him with, were those like little girls, like little girls? No, they were teenagers, weren't they? I'm pretty sure. Right? The people that he targeted at Mar-a-Lago, right? The girls he stole from Trump. Were those fucking toddlers? No, because they're working at spas, right? So they're probably teenagers. Duh. You fucking dummies. I mean, come on. Isn't there a video out there of him doing a pageant with girls under 18? That's kind of the age Epstein was fucking targeting, right? Fuck. What a dumb thing. It's just on the surface, just looking at it. But I don't know. Maybe Candace is pandering to the Alex Jones crowd. I don't know. This is going to be, I'm going to be real with you, this is going to be a struggle to get there. Because I'm pausing every 2 or 3 fucking seconds. Because these fools just bullshitting. Or just being stupid. Here we go.
I agree with you. Like, Trump was not on the island, and I've been around a lot of people in my life. He does not strike me as a person that's interested in young children. But I am curious as I've been getting deeper into what Jeffrey Epstein did, and how he implemented this blackmail ring on behalf of Israel. He involved himself in a lot in order to traffic these women in a lot of organizations. Like,
you can't just say that, dude. You gotta fucking showcase proof to the matter. Fuck my life. Be thorough. You see what Whitney Webb does? She's being thorough. She doesn't just ultimately conclude that Epstein was Mossad. I get the implications, and it's worthy of looking at, but to just say that, because guess what? She knows what the crowd wants to hear. She's just repeating it back to them. What Trump did to you guys, she's doing the same thing to you, in my humble opinion. That is my opinion. Fuck. All right, here we go. Fuck it.
Interested in young children, but I am curious as I've been getting deeper into what Jeffrey Epstein did, and how he implemented this blackmail ring on behalf of Israel. He involved himself in a lot in order to traffic these women in a lot of organizations, like modeling organizations, where he would have the ability to say, "Oh, you're a Victoria's Secrets model. I'm scouting for Victoria's Secrets model." That's where he ingratiated himself. Same with Jean-Luc overseas in Paris, who
scouring Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, apparently scoured Mar-a-Lago. Also, I already brought up, Trump did beauty pageants for young girls, by the way. Young, not as in like 10-year-olds, but young as in like 15, 16, 17 years old. Duh.
He owned Miss Teen USA.
There you go. And you can use that as an in. Like, wow, you should be a model. Look at you. You should be a model. Just like Epstein or Leslie Wexner connected Epstein. Whatever, who cares? Yo, Jordan, shut up. Play the video. Play the experts for us, Jordan. Stop talking. Sorry, guys. Let's let these lying liars. Here we go.
Mysteriously also died in a prison cell, but he funded his modeling efforts, his modeling organization. I think it might have been M Model Group or something. I'm wondering if unwittingly, Trump got funded somehow via Epstein for the world, Miss America, whatever it was that he was involved in. Miss Universe pageantry, if it has something to do with that and he didn't know and he just doesn't want to open that whatsoever, but there has to be something here because it just doesn't make sense for him not to be forthcoming with his supporters. He could have gotten ahead of it. He could have been like, look, my name's in these files and it's ridiculous. I have nothing to do with what was going on in the island. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. But instead he seems uncomfortable being asked questions about it.
He's already said, like, he's all but said that, right? He's like, yo, we looked at it. It's a Democratic hoax. So the Democrats hoax. So that's implying that him or people he's associated with are in the fucking thing. Right? I think it's kind of blatantly obvious, a thing you can like look at or consider. Pretty sure. And also, the story that, once again, I understand people who don't believe in the Wall Street Journal or Rupert Murdoch's organization or whatever the fuck, but they did say Pam Bondi went to him and said, your name's in it, and then that's when, all right, shut it down. Apparently in May. But here we go. Let's keep going.
And I'm not sure what the reason is.
Well, I've got a good idea. The left spun this. It's all over the place. It's not what I said.
Here it comes.
Oh, Trump called up and threatened, offered money for me to shut up. No, I got a bunch of calls like you get from the White House. And it's like, what do you want? Not like, what do you want money-wise? Like, what do you want us to do? And I said, what do you think? I've never seen evidence of Trump involved. You better get out front and stop telling people not to look at this, the Streisand effect. And Roger was up there, Roger Stone, for 7 days and finally got Trump to say release the stuff, and that his poll numbers bounced back some. But what I want is them to do, and what his surrogates said they would do, not do a 180 and say, nothing to see here, like, Naked Gun with the buildings burning, nothing to see here, move along.
Yeah.
I thought, wait, well, Alex has had like 15 different theories on this already. All sound like he's just making shit up, like in real time making shit up. But one of them is he's worried about the stock market crashing and worlds crumbling because all these leaders will get exposed from the Epstein files. So that's why Trump had, like, he asserted that. It wasn't like a guess. He said, I have inside sources that have, I mean, speaking of inside sources, you guys get straight up just 1-to-1 with the fucking White House and shit. I mean, I know Candace, dictates national, fucking foreign policy for us. I know she plays a strong role in our foreign policy because of the Macron shit. But Alex too, fuck. Damn. Kind of crazy how much reach these guys have, but yet fuck so many things up at the same time. How come you don't have that reach, random person watching this video? Where's your reach at, huh? Oh, don't worry. They told you have some reach. Just complain loud enough and he'll change his mind. That's how it works. Fuck out of here. Lying liars. There we go.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's felt like. It's like nothing to see here. It felt very much like that CNN
it's gonna be a long
when
video.
They're like, it's mostly peaceful protests and everything's burning down behind them. And you're just relying on people not to believe their own eyes. Very poor choice for Trump and the administration. But look, my also personal belief is that Trump is surrounded by people who hate him. Right? The never Trumpers are, and the Zionists that are in there, they quite literally did not want Trump to win, right? The people that are running his campaign are the people that wanted Ron DeSantis to win and the people that wanted Hillary Clinton to win before. So I'm confused about why he thinks people that are giving him advice want to see him do well. They're almost having fun. It's like they're laughing, telling him, yeah, you should definitely tweet. You don't want these supporters anymore. And maybe laughing behind his back, but he's actually doing this and tarring his own legacy.
I agree.
Yeah, just crazy excuse making. Crazy. I mean, crazy. I'm sure Jimmy Dore fans already know about the Pied Piper strategy that WikiLeaks exposed, where the Clinton administration, or not administration, the Clinton campaign wanted Trump to be the candidate that they go against because they thought it would be an easy win. That's like the on the surface story of it, right? And then once they lost, they did the whole Russiagate shit, right? Somehow that led to, but Trump's picking these people, right? I mean, Marco Rubio wasn't some mystery person. Like, damn, what do you think about this Marco Rubio guy? He might be good or bad. What do you think? Like, was Marco Rubio a fucking mystery? Was Mike Pence a mystery? Was JD Vance a mystery? Was Hexeth a fucking mystery? Parnell. Was John Bolton the fucking mystery? Gina Haspel? Were these people mysteries to anyone? I mean, 5 minutes of Google researching and you already got your fucking answers. Did Trump not do that at all? Or is it possible he's a neocon like they are? I don't know. He got tricked again. Fuck. He had John Bolton, right? And Elliot Abrams in his administration, his first term. Fired them and replaced them with neocons. You dummies. So what? He realized they were neocons and said, all right, we need these guys instead. And no one told him those guys were neocons too? Come on. Come on. Don't you lie to me. Don't you lie to me. Do you want to go to the booty house? You want to go to the booty house? Don't you lie to me. Don't you? Fuck my life, bro. Once again, I wish I had these excuses. If I don't pay taxes and IRS shows up at my fucking doorstep, the deep state tricked me, guys. Oh shit! All right. All right, you're good. We'll see you later, man. Have a good day. Like fuck. Get caught drunk driving, cause a fucking 18-car pileup. 30 people dead. The deep state drugged me. The deep state? Oh shit! All right, you're free to go, sir. Have a good day. We'll take care of this. We'll find the deep state for you. Fuck. Wish I had these excuses. There we go. It's embarrassing.
If I was Trump and I wanted to self-inflict a wound on myself, I would be doing exactly what he's doing. And I was in total horror a month ago and just totally, so this is horrible. And then I got attacked by all the neocons. People, oh, you've turned on Trump. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? We need Trump to succeed. I've been persecuted, so have you, for your past support. And now to see this, it's just horrifying. Do you think Trump will wake up and somehow salvage this? Or will he just keep saying, like, Naked Gun, nothing to see here?
Look, when he went into office in 2016, he was retweeting the Alex Jones show.
Will he wake up?
I'm sorry. He has been salvaging it. The Epstein stuff came up, right? He pushed it to the side, like try to get people to ignore it or use his social power of influence to make it go away, so that he can get back to the neocon shit he was doing. He is navigating it, Alex. He is. But you're just lying to people, telling everyone, like, no, he means to do the right thing. He's here to help humanity. He's here to usher in a golden age. When that's not actually happening, he's here to just continue on neocon-like policy. Straight up. I'm sorry, Jesse. Please go ahead. I'm just fucking... It's just annoying. Annoying.
No, he just makes it sound like it's all like people around him, like that he's trying to do the right thing. It's just... he said Trump has to wake up, or he's waking up. He's very aware of what he's doing. He's just making it sound like he's not. But yeah,
I mean, I try to tell people to be like, like be immovable with your principles and your morals and stuff like that. Like really, like investigate your morals and find a place where you can you keep them steady. You don't move from them. Alex is doing that with fandom, apparently, and dick riding. That dick is super glued into his asshole right now. And it ain't leaving, ain't going nowhere. Did I find that clip of Alex saying, fuck you, Trump? When he bombed Syria in his first term, in April of his first fucking term, Trump bombed Syria, and Alex Jones said, fuck you, Trump. I was like, all right, Alex woke up. He got it. He gets it. Days later, starts remixing excuses for this guy. And telling us how, maybe we should take over Venezuela. Fuck. The communism over there. We need to take it over. Liars. Here we go.
When he went into office in 2016, he was retweeting the Alex Jones show and telling people that he should be watching you.
He's a good guy.
In this current moment, he's telling people that they should be...
He should tell people to watch Alex Jones right now. Because it's working. I mean... Like, Alex is just, he's doing all the propaganda in the fucking world. He should be telling people to go watch Alex Jones. that Alex Jones guy, he gets it right. He knows what he's talking about. I am a good man. I am a very good man. Fuck. Sorry.
Look, when he went into office in 2016, he was retweeting the Alex Jones show and telling people that he should be watching you. In this current moment, he's telling people that they should be watching Mark Levin, right? So I don't know. We've got Meghan McCain cheering Trump on and saying that whatever she went through was worth it because this is the right Trump. Well, yeah, Trump, I don't think your supporters have left you. I think you've abandoned your supporters. And if you can't see that something's really wrong when the McCain family is cheering you on, I don't know that we can help.
Let's finish up on Trump. Again, I don't want to be attacking Trump, but I have integrity. I can't help myself. I know you follow that same North Star. I saw it 2 days ago and it broke in the middle of the day, and I couldn't even believe it at first. Withhold FEMA funds from any states, cities, or counties that criticize Israel. And then I went, well, wait, already a bunch of states, the majority already have this. It's actually happening really bad here in Texas. Already a bunch of states.
Trump names former Fox News personalities Marlon Bode detail to DHS advisory board. No. I don't even know about this. No. That's from April? Holy fuck, I didn't even know about that. I mean, he must have he has bad advisors that told him to take on Mark Levin. You know what I'm saying? Good excuse, you know? Anyways, here we go.
The majority already have
blue
this.
Methylene, by the way. Buy your blue meth.
Really bad here in Texas.
Don't forget to buy
totally unconstitutional. We got the left censoring, and now this. They're trying to pass laws in New York, 4 years in jail if you wear a Palestinian pin or Hamas flag. I mean, this is dangerous, and the ADLs they're pushing it all. And then people came out and said, "Oh, it's not true." And then the administration backed off of that. But I mean, who is
Trump's going to veto that, right?
Doing this? This is so draconian.
And he is. He's gone against his commitment on free speech. He pretends that he's stomping out DEI, but what he's actually doing is he's creating DEI programs across college campuses for Israel. Like they're trying to cage us as fighting anti-Semitism in the same way that BLM tried to cage it as fighting racism. When in reality, it's what you're fighting is Americanism, right? You're fighting our First Amendment right to say what we want and say what we believe. Even if
it's bad advisors, Candace, bad advisors, as you just said. Here we go.
You are a person who is American and you say, I don't like black people. Okay. I don't like Jewish people. Okay. That's actually, you're right. You don't have to you're not required to like black people. You're not required to like Jewish people. You're not required to like white people. And the fact that people are pretending that they can control thoughts, they're trying to turn America into Europe. And it's sad because J.D. Vance gave an incredible speech. He went overseas. He stood in front of the European leaders and he said, you guys are starting to penalize people rather than listening to what they think and what they believe. You're trying to trample their speech. And we applauded that. I share that on my show. Yes, this is the way. And that's now exactly what this administration is taking part in. They're effectively saying, what you guys think doesn't matter. It's wrong think, and we're going to correct it with more legislation. Now,
Candace, that was happening during his first administration. Blatantly, I covered it on this stupid fucking YouTube channel. I covered that already, Candace. It was already there. I understand you not knowing about it, but whatever. Why not go back and research it? Was he always like this? That's a good question to ask. Did I get tricked? Did I get fooled? Hoodwinked? Am I dumb? All valid questions, Candace. Here we go.
Why don't you listen to why it is that Israel has lost so much support so quickly that they're now tremoring and trying to see if they can effectively make Americans fearful to even say anything against Israel. Wrong country, wrong continent. I actually think it's going to make us dig our heels in further. We have ingrained in us that speech actually matters. And I keep saying to people, pay attention to this. We have to just acknowledge the fact that Trump has betrayed us on the matter of speech. I mean, even the Macron thing, the first thing.
He was already there. He didn't betray you. He was already there. You just didn't know what you were voting for. You didn't know what you were supporting. You didn't know what you were campaigning for. Although I think Candace might know, actually. I think she's a liar, too, so. But maybe she got tricked. Who knows? I'll leave room for that. Here we go.
State leader of a foreign country just filed a lawsuit against a podcaster in America. Should the White House not have to issue a statement on that? If I'm Trump, I'm this is an easy layup, right? An easy layup to say, this is ridiculous. This is the wrong place for this. I don't even care whether I agree or disagree with what she's saying. You doing this is kind of an attack on America, right? Nothing.
This is a major alert for the AlexShowStore.com. I'm cutting this on the
blue meth for you today. Here, blue meth at Infowars.com/store. All right, let's continue. Now we had another video from, well, okay, I guess she already said all this, right? Yeah, she did. Let me skip around and see if there's more to this.
Bibi Netanyahu is president of the United States, effectively. So we should just pay attention to it.
Operations. I mean, just look at the trying to cut the FEMA funds to any municipality or state that.
What's happening in Israel right now? Term because there was nothing relevant that was. Bibi Netanyahu is president of the United States, effectively. So we should just pay attention to whatever Bibi Netanyahu's aims are. Bibi Netanyahu was on camera saying that any person that boycotted Israel would themselves endure, some pain in the United States. He was behind passing all of the anti-BDS laws. Okay, we did. And look, I think most of us weren't paying attention to the relationship with Israel in the first term because there was nothing relevant that was happening. Now with
that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. Move the embassy. Our the foreign policy that you attribute to Israel today was happening during the first administration. Duh. Fucking duh.
Trump went to make.
She was at the Daily Wire. She gets recognized,
right? Like his first year, he made Jerusalem recognized. Like
she was at the Daily Wire, Jesse. So she didn't know. She was blocked from knowing that information.
Even the BDS shit was there in the first fucking term. It was there, blatantly there. She said we didn't see any evidence of it. Like, yeah, you did. God.
Yeah. So if Bibi is the president, as she says, well, that's similar to like the whole thing about there's a deep state, right? Now, one thing with a deep state or Bibi, who you didn't elect, means you can't do anything about it, right? Like you're creating a situation where there is no possible accountability, right? Well, we have Trump there. Like, why don't we just hold him accountable for the actual things he does, right? Like directly. Like there's things he does and the people he appoints. There's things he does in his executive orders. There's things he does in the wars.
Yeah.
Why not? Like it can't just be all advisors and him not knowing things. Like what was he elected for? If he's just gonna be like sitting there and not knowing anything is going on.
Well, he got elected. He got elected. On the basis of not caring, or not caring about not being held to the same standard as other politicians. That was part of the allure of him. Of he could get away with whatever he wanted.
Yep.
So now he's getting away with shit they don't want him to get away with it. But there's like a god complex where they're still trying to hold him up as a deity, like he's not a human being that makes mistakes.
I mean,
he's an idea. He's essentially an idea.
I mean, to Jesse's point, like, let's say all that shit is true. Let's say he's Netanyahu controls him. He's blackmailed, whatever the fuck. Wouldn't the idea of like holding him into account for his crimes, or doing follow-up investigations of the guy, you might be able to find out, like, for real, if that's the case? But if you just, like, ignore him and skip past him and just go right to Netanyahu, maybe, like, you miss out on the actual investigation that might be worthy of doing. Maybe you could find out whether it's just Trump and his administration acting alone, quote-unquote, or if there's some sort of bigger apparatus controlling all his movements. Right? Fuck that. Who cares? Fuck that. It's Bibi Netanyahu. He controls the entire administration. Yada, yada, yada. It sounds good on the internet. Let me just repeat it 10 million fucking times until it's done with, right? Until it's not cool anymore. Then I'll stop doing that and move on to something else. The Candace Owens strategy.
How is that not an indictment of their big Shirley man, Donald Trump? How is that not an indictment of him? Yo, this guy's this guy's the best president of all time, but he gets manipulated by a small little country.
Well, you see,
to do whatever they want.
He gets CNN to their feathers get ruffled at CNN, so that means he's taken down at least some of the deep state, right? Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater, Anthony. Here, Trump's doing work, but he also has this little thing with Israel. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Boogeyman BB.
So the good outweighs the bad.
Yeah,
they're still there.
According to Alex, yeah.
Alex, yes. I mean everybody else.
And partially according to Candace when she's on Alex's show. When she's by herself, she's like, RFK blackmailed. Trump blackmailed. Oh, blackmailed by Israel. Where's my evidence? I don't got it. But come on, guys, think about it. That's her shit. Fuck, bro.
If Trump's blackmailed, it goes back to say, if he's blackmailed by Epstein or by whoever, how is he this great man then?
Exactly. That means he would have something on him, right?
And it's the same principle. Oh, this guy, he's not accountable. Anybody but us. That's these idiots' mantra of Trump. But he's clearly showing that that's not true. He's accountable to whoever's blackmailing him. So what good is it? What good is he? It's like the Dave Smith shit from yesterday. It's like, what good is this guy to you? He thinks like us. I was like, are you sure about that, or is he saying things that make you think that? Because he doesn't look right now like he thinks like you.
I mean, you just brought up something very interesting that I don't want anyone to skip past. What would they have on him if he's being blackmailed, Candace Owens? What do they have on him? What would it be? He keeps talking about Epstein and Epstein blackmail for on behalf of Israel and Mossad and all that shit, right? What do they have on Trump then?
They say they have on everybody else but him. Everybody else but him.
But in the first segment, she said, "Oh no, I don't think he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't. He's not into little girls. He's not into that." Then what do they have on him then, Candace?
Candace.
What do they have?
Let's say that is true, but he did something bad to a woman of age, something that you can't spin. You can't. Well, because that's the thing, bro. That is the thing.
They'll spend it, Anthony.
Okay. Well, then
kids you can't spend, but adults, yeah, you can spend that.
Then why? Then why is he getting? Why is he allowing himself to be controlled by someone that's blackmailing him? If whatever that comes out, he's impenetrable to. They can't get him with it. So he's essentially giving in to something that has no power over him. If you follow the logic of these idiots, that's it. Well, not even them. Also, just looking at it through the lens of Trump's entire fucking candidacy. Everything that hits him brushes off like water. So why wouldn't whatever they're blackmailing him with, if he has this sycophantic fan base?
I don't know. Candace better explain, because she said, I don't think he's been to the island. I don't think he's into little kids, right? Even though that's kind of bullshit. That was in the first segment. You weren't here when I played it. But, okay, but he's being blackmailed too, according to Candace Owens as well. And Netanyahu is essentially our president, right? That's what she's saying. So it's like, okay, what do they have on him, Candace?
But that's the thing. No one's going to ask her that question. No one's going to ask her that question.
I know.
Because, bro, she says that like it's a throwaway line.
They just want to hear someone blame Israel. So that's all I want to hear. Someone blame Israel for something.
Yeah.
That's the new thing to do right now. That's where we're at. Fuck. All right, let's keep playing. Once again, viewers, it's going to be a long one. Pause. Major pause. All right, here we go. Fuck.
Everything happening in Gaza and Trump turning a blind eye to it and pretending that it's totally fine. It's become very clear that Bibi Netanyahu has power over Trump.
Our community standards include policies that prevent harassment, violence, and incitement, and include a robust framework to combat anti-Semitism.
She is such a psycho.
Our hateful conduct policy includes specific protections for Israelis and Jews.
A dumb alien.
We banned Holocaust denial and distortion back in 2020. We changed industry thinking on this issue, designating denial as hate speech rather than misinformation. It wasn't just about facts, it was about protecting people from harmful conduct. We banned content with harmful stereotypes about Jews, such as the claim that Jews run the world or other major institutions. We updated our policies to recognize that the term Zionist can be used as a proxy for Jews and Israelis. We banned content claiming Zionists run the world or control the media. And we do not allow for dehumanizing comparisons of Zionists.
These people are psychologically violent, okay? They are like trained to be like this. They gaslight in the face of overwhelming evidence, getting back to what's happening in Israel right now. And they will start censoring people. We have seen this. If people start to take notice of this and going, wait a second, you literally just said that you have power. Now me saying that you have power is anti-Semitism. You're actually, the TikTok woman that they just put in charge of speech as well, a TikTok, same thing. She did a whole thing about how she's a Zionist, how she went and served in the IDF. And they admitted this. They are taking control. The ADL, John Greenblatt, admitted they are taking control of all of these social media companies because they want to make sure that we are Zionists. Don't forget that you have the...
Well, to go back to Candace's other point of there was no signs of this in his first administration. Like, well, the ADL and some of these organizations were bolstered under the Trump administration, not from Democrats trying to, shut down free speech, but by Trump himself, of his administration changing the definitions of what anti-Semitism means and all that shit, so they can crack down harder if you question what Israel was doing. Once again, before October 7th. That was a thing before that, before October 7th, Candace. Just so you realize, and Candace fans or people that are late to the game, these were things happening years and years. That's been happening with Gaza or West Bank with Israel. There's a whole fucking thing about it. Documentaries, articles, stories, people, like witnesses. There's been a whole thing about that whole conflict, straight up. And the subjugation of Palestinians has been there for a long time. And during the first Trump administration, they were trying to combat that, like any words being said about it, by one, taking funding away from schools, which is what they're doing now, right? And there were people trying to be deported, by the way, for having wrong think, that have like visas or green cards. There was attempts at that shit, even before Trump. That was happening. The changing of what anti-Semitism means, so that when the ADL looks at YouTube or Twitter or some other fucking thing, social media thing, they used that definition that was newly made under the Trump administration. So, were there signs, Candace? Yes. Were you paying attention? Of course not. So, like, just be honest about it. Like, you didn't know. Just say, I didn't know anything. Like, just. But maybe a narcissist can't do that. I don't know. Be interesting. Maybe she has said this. I don't know. She's apparently still late to the game. Like, she just said earlier, right? As an interview from today, she said, fuck, there was no signs of this in the first administration. There fucking was. Let's continue.
Yeah, John Greenblatt admitted they are taking control of all of these social media
bricks were built
companies
in the first administration
because they want to make
and
sure
before.
that we are Zionists. Don't forget that you have the former prime minister of Israel on camera before he became prime minister showing that they were editing Wikipedia to make sure that it had a Zionist bent. Okay, they are ahead of us in the information war. I actually never appreciated you calling your show The Information War until I started researching Zionism. Truly, and now I'm like, it's been an information war and they are ahead of us, but it's all coming down.
Mortality or statistic operation.
I understand people do this for content creation, but why are you doing these like long ass previews? I saw Jimmy Dore trying to copy that, and the gaping mouth thumbnails. Just show the fucking thing you did. Like, if you need all these graphics and shit for people to be like, now I'll watch it, now I'll watch. Like, fuck, we got bigger problems. Big problems. If they need a bunch of fucking confetti to fucking enjoy some, to listen to content or listen to information. Fuck my life. Here we go.
Israel lobby really is making a move on our domestic operations. I mean, just look at the trying to cut the FEMA funds to any municipality or state that criticize Israel. I mean, this is real tyranny. Imagine if China was lobbying and saying, if you criticize communist China, the government's going to come after you in the U.S. I mean, we hear about foreign powers all the time. Israel's really making a move on the U.S. right now, and it's supercharging the awakening to Israel. I mean, Israel's in a lot of trouble.
It's them, not us.
Yeah, without question. And there's no way back from it. So it doesn't matter if they're trying to now pass laws so that kids learn about October 7th in the classroom. Completely ridiculous. Would never happen for any other country that had an event.
9/11. 9/11. America. Classrooms. Don't lie to me. That would never happen to anyone else. We did it with 9/11. I played the fucking cheerleaders dancing. Stop it.
Yeah, without question. And there's no way back from it. So it doesn't matter if they're trying to now pass laws so that kids learn about October 7th in the classroom. Completely ridiculous. Would never happen for any other country that had an event. It doesn't matter that brainwashing that I think we went through in the classroom as well.
Sorry,
textbooks, by the way, that Robert Maxwell had an interest in. And I've been unpacking that on my series, really our history.
Sorry, I apologize to Candace Owens. I misheard her. Here we go.
With Israel is something that once you get into the history, how can you ever but support this nation? And I want to be very clear to the people that are on the fence here and go, oh, well, we all learned that we have to support Israel. God will bless those who support Israel. If you are supporting a nation that will murder women and children in broad daylight and laugh at you and laugh at children that are starving because, I don't know, you think it's going to fill your bank account or it's some indulgence and you're going to get into heaven, you better know that if they need to, they will do the exact same thing to you and your family. Okay.
The U.S. government and military have done that overseas. Soldiers hold like dangling bottles of water of kids, like little kids, chasing cars or chasing the army truck as they're driving away, dangling bottle of water because they don't have any fucking water, right, or clean water. This has happened in the Middle East. America was doing it, but I assume that was Bibi Netanyahu ordering the soldier to do that, or the troop of soldiers to do that to that little kid. Sorry, it was like 3 or 4 little kids chasing a fucking like Humvee or whatever the fuck it's called, a truck or a Humvee, whatever the fuck it's called, and they're chasing it, dangling fucking water in front of their faces. I assume that was Israel too, huh? You want to talk about innocent people being killed, Candace, in the Middle East? Like, when you see collateral murder, when you see that video from WikiLeaks, when you see that video, where's it? Like, is there an Israel guy on the comms there? Is there an Israel guy giving orders there? No. There wasn't. When they shoot up journalists who are carrying cameras with them, you're like, look, they got AKs, shoot them. I understand what's happening in Gaza is fucking crazy. And what's been happening in Gaza and the West Bank for a lot of years is fucking crazy. But to say the U.S. government, U.S. military and government are not a part of shit like that on their own terms, yes, they fucking are, along with other nations. They work like teammates. There's situations in South America where where the U.S. and CIA fund fucking death squads. And the governments of those countries allow it to happen too. Don't be fucking stupid and think it's just one nation doing it. Like, stop it. This is like what Trump's been doing. I understand these guys built their hope up for what Trump could be as some sort of like peacemaking guy, right? But just because you were so stupid and wrong about it does not mean you start going to other people like, see, look, something crazy must have happened. That's why he's doing these horrible things. He got blackmailed. He got tricked. Like all these wild theories. Meanwhile, what he's actually doing is just normal for U.S. foreign policy. It's very normal. Massacring of people, it's normal. The Biden administration was doing the Gaza shit too, you dummies. It happened under his fucking presidency, didn't it? October 7th, and then the bombardment and massacring. It happened under Biden, didn't it? It started there. How come he continued a policy that Trump took over and then continued the fucking policy with? How'd that happen? By accident? No, that is U.S. foreign policy when these fucking devil worshippers are in charge. Don't let fucking Candace trick you about this. Like, I don't even know if she's tricking people, like trying to trick people with this. She might just be stupid. Who knows? but or trying to like just maybe siphon from, Alex's audience or whatever. Like, come on, this has been the policy for a long fucking time, a long time. Here we go. I know, Jordan. Jordan, shut up. Play some Candace and Alex because they got the answers. Here we go.
You don't play with psychopaths. You don't. And there's no question in my mind that Bibi Netanyahu and the course people that support what he's doing or try to gaslight us about what's happening are indeed psychopaths. You have to be a psychopath to see children starving.
Yo, Candace. Dun 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 dun. The music plays like psychopath, huh?
You saw him at the meeting.
Dun dun dun. Here we go.
Happening are indeed psychopaths. You have to be a psychopath to see children starving, crying, dying with limbs blown up, and to lie about that, and or to try to justify it by saying, well, on October 7th, Israel was busy that day and let down all their, very obvious to me it was a false flag operation, which means you're even more of a psychopath. They'll kill their own citizens.
So she has to do that.
You don't
with
think they're going to kill
right?
you one day? You never help empower a psychopathic regime, ever.
Well,
because it will come back to
Ambassador
bite you
Huckabee
or your children in the ass.
Absolutely. We've got Ambassador Huckabee. I'll play the clip after you leave.
Looks like you care so much.
Israel's the most humanitarian country in the world. They're doing the best job.
Oh, you got to let me see that clip. Let's go one more after. I know you have a break coming up. I got to see that clip. I haven't even seen it.
Oh, yeah.
I got to see it because that's what I mean. It's like, what do they have on these people? How do you do that? How do you sleep at night? How do you have children
sense her anger
and listen to that stuff? And how do you, when I tuck my kids in at night, I imagine that scenario with bombs dropping and politicians pretending that's not happening.
You do that when you tuck your kids in? That's fucking crazy. That's weird. That's weird mommy energy right there. You imagine buildings being blown up when you're tucking your kids in? It's kind of crazy. I know, I'm just nitpicking whatever, but I also think she's a psychopath. But here we go.
It's totally demonic.
We're back in a few minutes, and with Candace Owens, I'll play this clip for her. Glad she's holding over. Candace Owens, CandaceOwens.com, and Real Candace O on X. Stay with us. All right, when you talk about gaslighting, and again, I don't want to attack Governor Huckabee now, Ambassador Huckabee. I agree with him on domestic policies, a lot of stuff. But you can't then, as the ambassador to Israel, say Israel has the best human rights, the best military, the best for not targeting civilians, when without me even looking for it, there are new videos every few hours of Israelis shooting 5, 6, 7-year-old kids, 10-year-old kids, laughing, blowing.
Alex, that's been the policy since Trump administration won, when his daughter was working there. Israel's the best. They have the best they have the best human rights, all that shit. They attributed it to fucking Israel. That was a talking point. And you're just finding out about it now because they're overly massacring people. But if they were like slightly less massacring people, Alex might not even know about this story. Candace might not know about this fucking story. Huh. Think about that. Consider that.
Their heads off, blowing their genitals off, bombing women and children trying to get food with drones, with hand grenades. And the world sees this. And now Netanyahu says he's going to take all of Gaza and I guess push them into the ocean. And I'm not supporting what Hamas did. Candace pointed out, why did Israel stand down? You don't hear about an investigation of that. This is how Netanyahu stays in power. I know a lot of Israelis, all their former defense ministers and intelligence ministers have gone public saying it needs to stop. But Netanyahu's charging ahead. And then you've got an enabler, really a sycophant, like Huckabee. Here's 2 clips of him, 2 short clips from the same interview yesterday where he says, well, you'll see it for yourself. Here it is.
I'll tell you this. If Israel is committing genocide, Mark, they're really bad at it. They're terrible at doing genocide, just like they're terrible at doing apartheid. This is the only real democracy in this part of the world where people vote, elect their own officials. They have free speech. They have freedom of movement. It's an extraordinary country. And one of the reasons that America and Israel have such a relationship is because we share the foundations of Western civilization, based, by the way, on a Judeo-Christian moral foundation. They're not perfect, but neither is any other country on earth. But the Israelis do a doggone good job of trying to protect innocent human life. They do an amazing job of trying to prevent collateral damage. Wow. And I wish that they would get credit for some of the things their military does to protect Gazans, the civilians. No other country, including the United States, takes the steps they take to try to minimize the insanity that we're dealing with right now. Is that there are so many European nations, so many Americans who are angry at Israel for the suffering in Gaza. Mark, there is one reason that there is suffering in Gaza. It's the same reason that 1,200 people were massacred on October the 7th. It's the same reason that 250 people were taken hostage. 50 of them continue to be held hostage and tortured. And that's because of Hamas. They're a terror organization, and they've acted like it. And all of this time, Israel has done everything it can. They've made I don't know how many different offers in order to get the hostages out to end this. Hamas always walks away, always says no. And for some crazy reason, the Europeans and people around the world are blaming Israel for this. I can't get my arms around what the rationale is, but it doesn't make any sense.
Candace, rarely have I seen such staggering gaslighting.
Well, that was a lot, but I think I played a video yesterday where Trump was asked, like, is it a genocide happening over there? And what was Trump's response?
I don't think so. We gotta remember, October 7th, Hamas attack, terrible. It's not good, it's not good. They attacked.
It's like, it's just a less succinct way of what Mike Huckabee was just saying right there. Fuck my life. And he gets away with it on Alex's program. Let's see if Candace will mention it. The totally sane, non-psychopathic Candace. Here we go.
Yeah, it's funny to hear him go through those talking points because I recognize those talking points in myself. Like I used to work for PragerU, a Zionist organization, and truly when I said
pointed out,
ignorant,
Candace.
like Israel wasn't, this is what I was told, and now obviously I appreciate going backwards that this is an organization that was put together by an IDF unit, right? The CEO is literally worked in intelligence at the IDF, and I believed those talking points because you're like, why would people lie to me about that? It's the only democracy in the Middle East. It's the most humane army in the world. They all say the same thing.
Me at 12 years old is not falling for that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not have fallen for that. But it's Candace, and I suspect she saw the paychecks and the job that was offered, and like, damn, there's a way into the thing, and I can meet some guy and marry him after 2 weeks of barely knowing him. But good for you, Candace, for pointing it out that you were, I guess, dumb, but you never like really stopped though. That's the thing. You just kept going, but then I guess course corrected, like really late, but you course corrected, I guess, is the idea she's gonna be saying here. And it's like, well, how come you're allowed to like just fuck up so horrendously and maintain credibility? What if you're fucking up right now, Candace? You ever consider that? Oh, that requires thinking people that are like so empathetic that they're worried about like, damn, what if I lead someone astray with my words? They consider it. Has Candace done that? Or did she just start covering the USS Liberty? Here we go.
Now, when it comes to him, though, he's not saying that out of ignorance. He is saying that because he wants to gaslight us. He would have more access than most to what's actually happening in Israel. And like you said, all you have to do is scroll your Twitter feed and you can see what's happening. The entire world is saying what's happening is wrong, right? Bibi Netanyahu should have been arrested were it not for the fact of that Americans are corrupt. And that perhaps what Muammar Gaddafi was saying in his last speech before Tony Blair and co took him out was true, right? That this is all just one big mirage, that the idea of the United Nations and that they were going to come together and make sure that that we were doing the moral thing going forward. The whole idea that we needed sort of international democracy is a farce. It's a lie. It's an illusion. And in fact, these courts were put together to allow certain countries, Israel and America included, and France and the UK, to do whatever they wanted and to exert full control over the rest of the world. That is why we've had a repeat humane policy of blowing up millions of.
God, what irrelevance do you want me to go back to? This?
Alex Jones spotted at the Wailing Wall.
That was for a joke. Okay. Hitting fast forward. Here we go.
Muslims every year.
And then
that's what we
opening the
do.
borders.
We did that in Iraq.
And then opening the borders.
Hid. And to exert full control over the rest of the world. That is why we've had a repeat humane policy of blowing up millions of Muslims every year.
And
that's
then
what we
opening
do.
the borders.
We did that in Iraq.
And then opening the borders up with the UN and bringing them in. So I agree. I don't like what Israel's doing, and it's terrible. But then what about
Syria? By the way, it's not just, I want to say this, not just what they're doing here, what they're doing in Congo, what they're doing in Syria, what they're doing to Armenia right now. They're expanding their borders and mass murdering Christians everywhere, to be clear.
Christians.
Then paradoxically, the left, Soros, using this to energize
Candace,
the communist movements that want to destabilize the U.S. What about the threat of Islam? Well, Israel's actually stirring it up, and so is the U.S.
Did you hear what he just said?
Nope.
More importantly, George Soros is getting these feminists all wild up.
Oh, god dang. Damn it, George Soros, you're at it again. God damn it.
The real enemy, feminism.
All right, here's more of bootlicking, fuckface, dick riding, Alex Jones, and psychopathic Oprah. Here we go.
Using this to energize the communist movements that want to destabilize the U.S. What about the threat of Islam? And I know Israel's actually stirring it up, and so is the U.S., and that's been the policy in bringing them in. But paradoxically, just because I'm against what Israel's doing, I'm also extremely concerned about Islam. I know you are as well. So what do we do about this?
Yeah, let's be very clear. And this is a deeper question that we have to ask. Why is it that all of these people that were assets, why do you and I both know that the CIA has been funding these radical Islamists for a very long time? They give them weaponry, and then they go, oh my God, they became problematic. Suddenly, they're extremely problematic. Yeah, we funded those people, Osama bin Laden, Saddam Hussein. Yeah, we worked with all those people, and we funded all of these militant groups. And yeah, Israel admitted that they funded al-Nusrat in which is like Al-Qaeda adjacent in Syria. They admitted that. They armed these militants and trained them. And then now they go, oh, these groups are radical. Oh. Right.
Yeah,
what is ISIS? We need to get to the bottom of these questions. Again, it seems to me like the world is a stage. And the more, and this is why I do this with my book club, we need to go back and we need to understand history because this stuff has been going on for a very long time. Tricks are being played on us. You've got Operation Mockingbird. We've got the textbooks that are just propagandist.
New dictator of Syria, backed by Israel, NATO, the Biden administration, and Turkey, is the former leader of Al-Qaeda and is purging Christians.
Do I need to replay that one? I think I need to replay. Here's a real reason to rewind, Dubster. Here it is. Okay. You see the Al-Qaeda guy with Trump. What's his name? Bin Solomon? Saudi guy. And then you see the Jolani al-Shara guy, right? Now hear what Alex Jones says about...
That's Johani. Yeah, that's Johani, right?
Jolani,
he's got a suit on
his new name is al-Shara. You can see it right there, but what is okay? You see this picture, right? They show you this on Infowars, right? Have them all smiling together, hanging out. The Jolani guy could barely put a smile on. He's not used to that, but see these three together, right? Now listen to what Alex says in describing this scenario.
My book club, we need to go back and we need to understand history because this stuff has been going on for a very long time. Tricks are being played on us. We've got Operation Mockingbird. We've got the textbooks.
Got Alex Jones.
The new dictator of Syria, backed by Israel, NATO.
Of course, books.
The new dictator of Syria, backed by Israel, NATO, the Biden administration, and Turkey, is the former leader of Al-Qaeda and is purging Christians.
So backed by the Biden administration. We just saw a picture of Trump with that guy. Are there Biden pictures of that? I don't think so, right? I don't think that exists.
Well, it happened. It happened under Biden.
It didn't happen under Biden. That's the thing.
It did.
No, that happened under, well, yes, Biden plus Obama, right? And Trump's first term. And now we have Trump
we don't know
in this term.
We don't know Al-Shahir or Johani's location until near the end, right? Or was he there the whole time?
He was fighting through, into like Aleppo and all this shit. Like he's part of that. The moderate
So he's part of
rebels
al-Nusra. Yeah, so those are the groups that were being funded by the United States since Obama.
started under Obama, kept going under Trump, kept going under Biden, and then Trump comes back in. He says, "All right, no more sanctions on Syria, and let's shake hands with the new president of Syria." And he gave them aid too, by the way. They were part of the aid package.
Okay. So I see what you're saying. He's saying when he discredits it, it's Biden. When he credits it, it's Trump.
Well, he made an emphasis on Biden, like, but Biden didn't even start. Like, well, he was vice president, I guess, but it wasn't like, as far as the understanding, the notoriety of the story, it started under Obama, and then we watched Trump continue it. Although people tried to not say so, but that actually happened openly. Right? I played it 10 million times to Rand Paul saying, like, why are we giving money to moderate rebels? One of the things that Trump signed on his way out the fucking door. He's like, I don't even know who the fuck these people are. Like, why are we giving them money? All right? Granted, I'm sure Alex didn't cover that. Or Candace didn't even think to look into it. But you know what? Hey, listen. If Candace says, I'm going to retroactively look into the past, study all these things, and then say some shit about it, you know what? Good for her. That's what I'm asking for. Except she should point out her direct faults. Like, how'd you mentally get here? It can't just be some guy at PragerU walked up to you, shook your hand, and said, hey, can you just repeat this for me? Right? There's something in it for you. Maybe a career or something. Like, go over those details, Candace. Like, really do that. Granted, I don't expect her to actually go over things that make her look bad, because I see Tracy Fleck. I don't see any sun behind the eyes. There's just nothing there. Sorry.
You know what it really is?
What's up?
Trump doesn't like Kentucky Republicans. I mean, he went after rhinos there. He went after conservatives there. He just doesn't like Kentucky Republicans. Mitch McConnell, Rand Paul, and Thomas Madison.
Oh, okay.
See, across the board type of Republicans.
Yeah.
He just doesn't like Kentucky. He's got a problem with Kentucky. Maybe he wants it to turn blue.
Yeah, and I want to say good on Rand Paul for standing up and not doing a fucking thing about it, by the way. Not a fucking thing about it. Good on him doing nothing. You fucking lame duck. See, here's the thing. People like, no offense to these guys, but like Bernie, AOC, Massey, Rand Paul, these type of politicians where like they have a sensibility of populism or whatever the fuck, right? You actually look at it, like if I put me in there, I'm like, I'm gonna embarrass you guys, because you guys stand up for fucking nothing, bro. Peanuts you stand up for. Peanuts. When a blatant war crime's happening, Rand Paul and Thomas Massey want to tell me about fucking how much money we're spending instead of the massacring. Well, Massey has caught on as of late, but originally those things were happening, and he was saying like the "I support Donald Trump" thing. Meanwhile, like, you know the policy, don't you, Massey? So you must know that he's committing blatant crimes around the world. You're okay with this, Thomas? And same could be said for Bernie Sanders and AOC. Hey, when Biden was in office, how come you're not like, where were you? What happened to you? Where'd you go? Yo, AOC, why'd you lie to everyone and tell everyone that Biden was working hard at a ceasefire with Gaza and Israel? Why'd you lie about that, huh? Once again, you put a real motherfucker in there, they're all put to shame, which might be why they can't allow it to happen. That could be like a thing. I don't know. Can't say I know. But it might be possible where it's like, damn, we look stupid if a real motherfucker walks through these hallways. I'm sorry. They're doing the best they can. I apologize. Let's keep playing. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And so they are not telling Americans this because our press is bought and paid for, and they're told that they have to support Israel. But that is the reality.
Candace, right?
The mass murder of Christians, Israel is okay with it. They funded it. Everything that happened in Syria, all the neocons applauded it, right? Assad was protecting the Christians. The neocons applauded when he went down, and we said, this is going to lead to the mass murder of Christians. And now it's happening, and they're gaslighting us again. They're gaslighting us and saying, oh, Islam is...
I'm sorry, some people don't know this. I mean, Candace is probably a psychopath, so she doesn't notice this. She's just playing off of the times we live in and the society we live in, but guess what? No one's life is more valuable than another person's life. I don't care what fucking religion you're in. Sorry. That means fucking nothing to me. Nothing. And guess what? If Jesus was here, he wouldn't care either. Like, Christians, but they're killing these guys over here. They're equal. The fuck?
I think he had a whole.
Continue.
I think Jesus had a whole segment, like in the Bible, about how what's the country that was anciently right next to Israel? Well, anyway, one of those guys. He walked by a guy that fell off a horse and just ignored him. And then later he broke his leg, and then Jesus healed his leg.
To Jericho. My God.
And Jesus healed his leg. The guy that just walked by, the guy that watched another guy die, and didn't help him because it was a Jew. So he wasn't going to help him. And Jesus goes and heals this guy's leg and tells him like the whole idea of forgiveness, like. Yeah, you did something horrible. You just ignored somebody dying. And then I'm here to heal you, and I am a Jew.
Well, you know what? Good on Jesus for that. Good for him. Let's continue. Here we go.
It's the problem. Like, okay, radical Islam. Who's funding that? Who keeps funding radical Islam?
It's a clash of civilizations, totally engineered. And so I just learned this earlier. Here it is from the DHS.gov. Homeland Security Advisory Council members that created the memo that went out earlier in the week to the states and counties and cities saying, if you criticize Israel in any way, you will have your funding cut for hurricanes, tornadoes, fires, earthquakes. Mark Levin is on the board and made those decisions. I mean, talk about being a foreign agent. I bet he's Mossad.
Yeah, I love that Trump calls him a patriot. Yeah, he's a patriot, just not of a
patriot for America.
He's a patriot of Israel. And again, just him tweeting that, it just makes a mockery of all of his supporters. And it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to be duped. It doesn't feel good because we're all so passionate about Trump and we truly believed that he wanted to eradicate the deep state. It doesn't feel good to know that the left and the right are in lockstep in many ways, right? We have to stop this false paradigm, this paradigm of left versus right, the false dichotomy here of choice. And to recognize that we are fighting the state. I truly believe that we are fighting a military state, effectively. The military has been in control for a very long time. They run influence campaigns as well. A lot of these people that you think are coming out of nowhere, and are just tech people that they built this in their basements. No, this is all military tech. And now we're being enslaved by tech. And yeah, it's global collusion. It's very obvious that it's global collusion. And at the center of everything that is happening, and let me say this before they passed a new definition of anti-Semitism, as HIAS has been doing, and America is trying to adopt across college campuses. But you would be a fool not to notice that Israel seems to be at the center of all of these stories.
Well, did you see the head of...
Well, if you make them the same.
I left the room. And she's like, if you can't tell, it's all Israel. Israel's at the center of all of this. Oh, fuck.
How long has she been saying about, it's not about left and right? She just mentioned that she was on PragerU. That's just blows my mind coming from there. And then Ben Shapiro show, right? Like that.
Yeah, repeating the same talking points as them. I guess she got them got all that shit from them too, I guess. You know, where you hyper focus on fatherless homes and, you know, private prisons are okay. They're pretty good. Look how clean the floors are. Wow, look at this. Or whatever the fuck she does, right?
For like a year.
Blexit. What was it called? Leave the Democratic Party and join the Republicans. Like, damn, Candace, you actually should get like. Are you owned by Mossad? Are you owned by Israel, Candace? Because your actual track record would actually like line up with like. I mean, like even though you're talking against it now, I guess. I think you did so much work in favor of it. It's like it might be too far. Like it's already too late, almost. Like it's already over. We're already there. You know. So damn, did we look at you like were you blackmailed? What happened?
Yeah, with the current Candace, look at someone doing what Candace of 2-3 years ago would do, and say that they're being controlled by the side.
I think so.
I think she would.
Yeah.
I think she would.
I think so.
And I wish her well. I wish her well.
Also, the first administration, by the way. All right, here we go.
To censorship, where she said, we're Zionists, we run the censorship at all the big tech companies, and now we're going to change the definition. If you even criticize Israel or Zionism, we're going to get you banned and debanked and shut down. And if you say we're censoring you, we're going to censor you in the same breath. And it's so villainous, and I don't even want to be in this position. And then you've got, that's an echo of Sacha Baron Cohen 5 years ago at the ADL Gala. Now they have the ADL bill progressing through that you mentioned that will literally just shut down anybody that even criticizes Israel. That's going to create a Streisand effect. Don't they see it's having the opposite effect? Speaking of that, here's Sacha Baron Cohen saying arrest Mark Zuckerberg when he wouldn't give the ADL full control. He was censoring, but their boards were telling the feds, who were telling Facebook who to do it. They trained a lot of Facebook and Instagram censors and others. But here they were at the gala. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but saying it. Maybe it's time to jail these people. And notice Cohen says, and so did Greenblatt in the same gala, well, Russia's got Trump elected. And so anybody that's criticizing us going after Trump, they need to be put in jail. So see, they're merging. Everybody's a Russian agent. And so you deserve to be censored. That's mainly from the left. But also, if you criticize Israel, we're going to censor you. And it's all the same agenda out of the ADL. Here it is.
So, all right. I did cover this video. Years ago, I covered this video. Actually, I did like a whole recording, and I was on mute the whole time. So I had to redo the entire thing. I didn't realize. But yeah, you'll hear what he's saying, and it's kind of if you ever seen like any of his movies, like Borat or whatever the fuck, right? The Dictator, you'll see like, wait a minute, you're making jokes, but he's actually in his little speech here, he actually implies something different. Like, oh, look how anti-Semitic everyone is. I thought you were like trolling people. That's how you made things happen, but whatever. Fuck. I ADD'd. Let me hear Alex's.
Trump, they need to be put in jail. So see, they're merging. Everybody's a Russian agent.
Oh, okay. The Russia stuff, right? See, when you were watching in real time, you saw WikiLeaks, right? And the whole October surprise, quote unquote, right? And all the Clinton campaign emails and DNC emails and all that shit was coming out, right? Remember all that? And then Hillary and the Democrats, they started implying that it was Russia that was releasing these things, right? And then what happened afterwards, like within over time, right? Over years of time, they're like, oh, well, you know what? It's not Russia, like the Alex Jones types or anyone that was on the right-leaning side. Or even Jimmy Dore, people like that, like, oh, the Russia, like, this is bullshit, the Russia hoax. It's all bullshit, right? And then people forgot about WikiLeaks themselves, which was interesting. It's an interesting phenomenon where they just, like, I guess, forgot about that and just turned it all into a, I guess, back and forth about, like, it was Russia or it wasn't Russia. And meanwhile, the actual emails, the story, WikiLeaks themselves kind of like pushed to the side. And I think that's kind of interesting. That's really interesting. And then obviously we saw Julian Assange get arrested during the Trump administration, and thrown into some like dungeon like prison thing or whatever, while he was screaming WikiLeaks during the campaign trail. So it's like I know people have their problems with WikiLeaks. I'm sure there are problems with every time humans are, interacting in some way. But at the same time, like, that did happen. It doesn't give them credibility. It's saying, like, look at the way people have handled this. Even in the most recent, what was it, the Tulsi Gabbard, DNI, Obamagate, right? Obama fucking saying Trump's win was based on Russians or something, Russian influence or whatever the fuck, right? Even that whole scenario, even within her report, it's still going towards the narrative that, like, yeah, Russia did try to do some shit, but it didn't actually work. In fact, it did work, but for Hillary Clinton, not for Trump. So Russia did hack things and get information, but on the other candidate, not on Trump. Meanwhile, like that, I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like I'm going in circles, but like, I'm just saying, like, the whole WikiLeaks thing, like, kind of like just poof, disappears. And people like Alex that are supposed to be, like, I guess, in favor of WikiLeaks or Julian Assange and covering all that, apparently just maybe he doesn't like them. Maybe he thinks they're sus or something like that. But it's almost like that's not even a part of the whole story of the scenario. Like, it's just left out. It's actually kind of crazy. Like, it feels like history got retconned, like, pretty heavily, actually. But all right, here we go.
And so you deserve to be censored. That's mainly from the left. But also, if you criticize Israel, we're going to censor you. And it's all the same agenda out of the ADL. Here it is.
And maybe fines are not enough. Maybe it's time to tell Mark Zuckerberg and the CEOs of these companies, you already allowed one foreign power to interfere in our elections. You already facilitated one genocide in Myanmar. Do it again and you go to jail.
This guy's full of shit, by the way.
Outrage and fear. It's why YouTube recommended videos by the conspiracist Alex Jones billions of times. It's why fake news outperforms real news, because studies show that lies spread faster than truth.
Yeah, and they both use
fake
news.
And it's no surprise that the greatest propaganda machine in history has spread the oldest conspiracy theory in history, the lie that Jews are somehow dangerous. As one headline put it, just think what Goebbels could have done with Facebook. On the internet, everything can appear equally legitimate. Breitbart resembles the BBC. The fictitious protocols of the Elders of Zion look as valid as an ADL report.
Now notice, that's the script 5 years ago. I'll play a short clip of Joanna Cutler, the head of censorship at Meta, in a moment, saying the same thing. So we're going to censor.
Play a clip of Trump talking about college funding and college campuses with their BDS protests. Show that, Alex. Oh, you won't? Okay, got it.
You.
But
and if you say we're censoring you, you're anti-Semitic. No, you're a Jewish group trying to censor us, hiding behind that, and literally we all need to go to jail. I mean, this is pretty scary.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no question that's scary. It's terrifying. And what should terrify us the most is that our government is complicit. Like, Trump is allowing the ADL to take over his administration. He's allowing this to happen to American citizens. That's why I said they have rendered him effectively impotent. And let's be clear, the IDF minister, what was it, about a year ago, got up and said, we need to go after Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. We've had these spokespeople like David Friedman get on stage and call for the arrest of Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson. There was some weird operation that was happening across Southern churches, Southern Baptist churches, where I showed, it was like Operation Mocking Pastor, where they all got on stage in the same Sunday. I had done nothing with Tucker Carlson, and they started saying, you shouldn't listen. They were preaching to their constituents, you shouldn't listen to Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. Always grouping us. I hadn't done a show in 2 years until last week, right? And so it's very clear that they are worried that people are waking up to what they are. They are speech censors. The ADL has always been speech censors. The history of the ADL is very dark. It involves Jewish gangsters in America. You should recognize that the ADL was founded on gangsters who wanted to control the reputations of people that were up to no good, okay? And that's what they've always done. You come after them and they accuse you.
A pedophile that tortured and killed a little girl.
Oh, that's exactly right. And they still to this day lie about the Leo Frank case. And despite all of their power and blackmail operations, they still couldn't wipe the stain of what Leo Frank did to that Catholic girl, right? It's stunning that they still try to tell this lie of what Leo Frank did to Mary Fagan. That's who you're speaking about. And so we will do the exact opposite. And you are correct. They will come in. They will come inward. They will try arrest. These people are dangerous. Many of these people are descendants of Bolsheviks, right? Like literally the descendants of Bolsheviks who came over here after they tried to assassinate the.
Yo, Amy, how does it feel if this person adopted all your shit? Now she's using it. How's that feel? I'm sorry, dude, but it's like, yeah, get fucking wrecked. There's bank robbing your shit. Anyways, here we go. Like, it's like, actually, like, once again, there is like a whole like little idea bubble thing, and she is checking off every little mark of it. Which, once again, for me, is kind of suspicious. Where it's like you're just checking off like a checklist of borrowed ideas from other people, or whatever. It's like, yes, you learn information from people that have experienced things or investigated things. I get that, but to just it's all like so lined up directly with each other that it's like, ugh, ooh. And it took you this long to get there. Like, there's too much circumstantial shit for me to just be like, oh, God, I trust Candace Owens. I just don't. Also, I sense a lack of real empathy and humanness to her. Just sorry. Maybe it's her broadcasting style. I don't know. But then again, I see her in interviews. She's doing the same, like, sounding the same way. It's just like, ugh. Where's your, that core humanity thing? Like, I don't smell it. It's not evidence. It's just my intuition. Forgive me. Here we go with Psycho Oprah.
And people were angry about them trying to kill a Christian.
Well, even after that, the neocons, when Trotsky got run out, the Trotskyites, they created the neocons. That's on record, folks.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That these are dangerous people. Okay, they will lie, steal, murder. Get into your history books, guys. Learn about who Emma Goldman was. These people came here and they started the labor unions. Checklist. Okay, you look into the story of who shot Henry Frisk. Right. Fortunately, he survived that, but it was a demented commie from Emma Goldman, who came over here. She was behind Margaret Sanger, abortion. These people are psychotic. It is a death cult. I am telling you this. When you get into history of these people that came over into our country specifically,
oh my God.
And now they are recognizing that too many people are waking up to this history of crushing speech, of being willing to murder people to get what they want. Right? Murder people to achieve power. At their core, they are commies. They are liars.
Well, I mean, now when you
all I can say to you people is anyone can say words out loud. That's all I'm going to say. You figure it out from there. Here we go. I can't wait for South Park.
If you live in a blue city, if you live in a blue city or state, and there's a hurricane or tornado, you're not going to get helicopter rescue because of because what your state rep said. Let's play this last clip because I know you got to go soon. But this is Jordana Cutler. This is the head of Meta censorship. And she literally...
And TikTok. They have TikTok, too. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And here she is saying...
Trump is...
We're going to censor people. We're going to expand the definition of anti-Semitism to ban people if you criticize Zionism.
We're distracting you from Trump.
Says, we're in control of censorship, but if you say it, we're going to censor you. Listen to this.
Mm-hmm. In addition to my work leading the Israel public policy team,
Okay, so we... All this ready, right? See if the...
We censor, and that's why we censor them. I mean, who writes these speeches?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the whole point.
Trust the
you have to
fucking
be
plan,
clear.
Alex.
These people are psychologically violent, okay? They are like trained to be like this. They gaslight in the face of overwhelming evidence, getting back to what's happening in Israel right now. And they will start censoring people. We have seen this. If people start to take notice of this and going, wait a second, you literally just said that you have all this power. Now me saying that you have power is anti-Semitism? You're actually the TikTok woman that they just put in charge of speech as well.
Okay, so we saw that part. You want to play this? I think no. I think we went over this already in one of the other videos. So it's got forgive me because you know a lot of bouncing around there. Nice screenshot right there. Yeah, I've heard enough from these two. Once again, Candace, way late on these topics. Almost going up over check marks of things to say. Lee, things she said about, Lee Oswald Harvey, guys like that. Things she said about that. It's crazy. Right? And it's just like, you're so late and Johnny come lately shit. And then you see like passive aggressive things when it comes to like her thing with her, Tucker Carlson talking about Nick Fuentes. And the way she's just like these little subtle like jabs and like disses, like sneak dissing and shit like that. I'm like, ooh, what type of fucking person are you? Ew. That's fucking gross to me. So thus, her piggyback riding off of these ideas for the sake of garnering an audience because of the era we live in right now and using it against people to make like for, money, fame, fortune, all that shit, right? To me, she's a scary individual in regards to the shit like that. Not scary to me, but you know what I mean? Like, someone to be cautious of. Alex Jones. Also Candace in regards to this, too. The excuse making for this orange penguin is just, god dang. It's prolific. Alex is super prolific. Candace, did it herself during some of the content we watched. But Alex is he's next level, right? And you don't have to believe me. This is my idea of things. But anyone that tells you that it's Israel and Netanyahu they're just controlling our government, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. The same atrocities have been happening for a very, very, very long time. A very long time. And things, I guess even for them at least, for Candace, even things that have nothing to really do with Israel, apparently Israel's behind that too, which is also crazy to me. Right? It makes no sense. Thus, it makes more sense my idea, which is like a conglomerate of fuck faces from different countries that make business deals together because they're like a mafia type of thing. Duh. And in fact, saying Israel everything might actually serve the purpose or serve, look, they're attacking us. They're attacking us and our people. They can just play clips of Candace Owens to showcase that. It actually serves that. Right? But, yeah, you know what it is. I'm sure because CNN crapped on Trump, that means Trump's a good guy because CNN crapped on him, or if some sort of ADL or SPLC or some group like that targets Candace, that means Candace is a good person now. And people fall for the same tricks over and over and over again, and they get nothing out of it. Nothing. Zippo. I kid you not. You get nothing out of this. Alex ranting and raving about how Trump's going to save us gets you nothing. Candace telling you that Netanyahu and Israel controls our government by blackmail gets you nothing. Where's the discussion about how much or how you as individuals can change the world? You really could. I'm not even saying politically, I'm saying like existentially. You just changing yourself changes the whole painting. It does. If I take the Mona Lisa and put a fucking blue dot on it, you're going to fucking notice it all of a sudden. Like, wait, the whole painting is now fucked or changed or different in some way because I see a blue dot now instead of what it was before. But naturally, these content creators like taking power from people and taking their attention and all that shit and offering nothing with it. Let's be honest. And that's probably the most frustrating part, is that the fans fall for shit like these two motherfuckers, bro. I can empathize and understand how it happens, but if certain IQ tests will happen, and if you're still on board, I'm going to call you fucking stupid. Sorry, guys. I'm going to do that. But you know what? I'm going to leave it there. There's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment. Agree, disagree. Say your ideas. Tell me what you think. About anything here. Trump, Jones, Owens, me, anyone you want. Please do your thing in the comment section. Do not forget to check out the links in the description box, whether it's the Discord or it's charities you can support. Check them out in the description box, please. And with all that said, obviously, most importantly, most pertinently, most prolifically, most psychopathic Oprah-ly, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.